what's up? If you're anything like me, finding the time or the energy to cook a decent meal during the week can feel impossible. That's exactly why meal kits have gotten so popular. They take the stress out of dinner. So in this video, we're putting two big names head to head, EveryPlate and Home Chef. I'm gonna break down what it's like to actually use each one, how the pricing shakes out, and where each one shines or falls short. By the end, you're gonna know which one fits your schedule, your budget, and your kitchen style best. So we're gonna start with EveryPlate. This one's all about keeping things simple and affordable, and it's made for people who want home-cooked meals without spending a ton or dealing with anything too complicated. So if you're trying to cut back on takeout, or you just want dinner to feel a little easier during the week, this is a really practical option. Now, once you're signed up, you get access to a rotating weekly menu with over 30 meals to pick from. The whole setup is quick and straightforward. Choose your meals, they get delivered to your door, and then you just follow the recipe cards. They're big, super easy to follow, and most dinners take around 30 to 40 minutes. It's all designed to be low stress, even if you're not exactly a kitchen pro. And honestly, the biggest reason most people go with EveryPlate, the price. Meals start at around $6 per serving if you're ordering for more people, and even the smaller plans only bump that up by $1 or so. Compared to most other meal kits, that's a solid deal, especially when you add in shipping, which is usually a flat $11. So for something like a two-person plan with 3 meals a week, you're looking at under $50 total. And if you're feeding a family, the price per serving drops even more. Plus, they're almost always running some kind of intro deal, like your first box for just $3 a meal. That's about as budget-friendly as it gets. Now, they do have a few premium meals on the menu each week, things like steak or seafood. That cost a little extra, usually $5 to $7 more per serving, but those are totally optional, and the regular meals already give you a ton of variety, so even if you skip the upgrades, you're still getting a lot for your money. Now, when you hear budget meal kit, you might wonder if that means lower quality ingredients, but with EveryPlate, it actually holds up pretty well. The produce usually shows up fresh, and the meats are about on par with what you'd grab at the grocery store. They don't really highlight where everything comes from, but for the price, the quality feels good. It doesn't feel like a downgrade, it feels like a smart trade-off. And if you want a little more control, they've got a feature called CustomPlate. It lets you swap or upgrade proteins, like trading chicken for steak, or switch out a side, usually for a small extra charge. It's not as customizable as some higher end meal kits, but it gives you just enough flexibility without adding any hassle. Now, while customization isn't the main focus here, it's a nice bonus when you feel like mixing things up. And if you want to give either of these a try, then you can check out the affiliate links in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and we might earn a small commission, which helps out the channel. And sometimes we do have special deals that you wouldn't get if you went directly through their websites. Now, one of the ways EveryPlate keeps things affordable is through their packaging, and it actually ties in with their sustainability efforts too. Instead of packing each meal kit in separate bags like most kits, they just group all the ingredients together. So yeah, you will need to do a bit of sorting when the box arrives, but it seriously cuts down on plastic and extra waste. It also saves them labor costs, which helps keep the price low. It's a smart setup that fits their whole keep it simple vibe. The packaging they do use is mostly recyclable. The box and dividers can go right into your curbside bin, and the ice packs and liners come with easy instructions. They've also made a point to offset 100% of their carbon emissions, which is cool for a budget-friendly brand that's more about practicality than polish. And their app, it's smooth. You can choose your meals, skip weeks, change your delivery days. Everything is straightforward. There's even a digital cookbook so you can follow along or revisit recipes that you've liked. So even though it's a lower cost option, the experience still feels smooth and modern. All right, let's talk about Home Chef. This one's all about flexibility. It's really made for people who like having more control over what shows up in their box each week and don't mind spending a bit more for that extra convenience. Where EveryPlate keeps things simple and budget friendly, Home Chef goes the opposite route with tons of variety. When you sign up, you're going to fill out a quick taste profile so you can skip stuff like pork or shellfish or anything you're just not into. From there, they suggest a menu, but you can always swap things around if something else catches your eye. And that customization doesn't stop there. Most meals let you swap or upgrade proteins. So if you'd rather have steak instead of chicken or want to double up on a portion, it's super easy. It's definitely more hands-on than EveryPlate, But if you like options, this is where Home Chef really shines. Now, the overall process with Home Chef is a bit more involved, but that's kind of the point. It really leans into giving you options right from the jump. After you set your preferences, they'll suggest a weekly menu, but you're totally free to scroll through and pick what you actually want. And there's a nice range of meal types too. Quick 15-minute kits, oven-ready trays, or even involved recipes from their culinary collection. So whether you're in a rush or feeling a little fancy, there's usually something that fits. Now, when your box shows up, everything's already bagged by recipe, which makes dinner super grab and go. It's definitely convenient, but all that extra sorting and packaging is part of why the price creeps up. Most meals start around $10 per serving, and if you're on a smaller plan or upgrading proteins, it can easily hit $12 or more. Add in a couple of extras, and your total climbs fast. So yeah, the customization is great, but if you're not watching it, the price can surprise you. Most Home Chef meals start around $10 per serving, with smaller plans costing even more, sometimes up to $12 or so per serving. And that's before any upgrades, which can bump things up quite a bit if you're swapping in higher end proteins. So while the flexibility is great, the final cost can climb fast, especially if you're not keeping track of all the extras. Now, one of the big things Home Chef leans into is customization. Most meals let you swap, double up, or upgrade the protein, which is ideal if you've got different taste or dietary needs at home. And with over 35 options each week, including quick prep kits and their more elevated culinary collection, there's no shortage of variety. If you love having a lot of choices, this setup really delivers. Now, that being said, all that choice can get a little overwhelming. With so many meal types and customization paths, building your box starts to feel more like meal planning than meal escaping. It's great if you like being hands-on, but if you just want dinner sorted without too much thought, it might feel like more effort than it's worth. And that's where EveryPlate keeps the edge. It's simpler, and that just makes the whole thing feel more relaxed. All right, so look, with a service that costs a bit more, you're naturally expecting top-tier ingredients every time. With Home Chef, for the most part, they deliver. The produce usually arrives fresh and the proteins are solid, but there have been a few hiccups, soft veggies, a meat package that leaked, or even a missing item here and there. It doesn't happen every time, but when you're paying a premium, even a small slip-up stands out. When everything's perfect, the meals feel great, but when something's off, suddenly you start wondering if it's worth the extra money. On the dietary side, Home Chef gives you more filters than something like EveryPlate. You can look out for carbs, calories, or vegetarian options. But if you've got stricter needs like allergies or you're fully vegan, it's not ideal. Everything's made in the same place and there's no dedicated vegan menu. Lastly, the packaging is more about convenience than minimal waste. Since each meal is separated into its own bag, you end up with more plastic. It's great for grab and go, but if you're trying to keep things eco-friendly, this setup might feel a little over the top. So, after trying both, the real difference comes down to what you value more. If you're about flexibility and don't mind spending a little extra to get exactly what you want every week, Home Chef does a great job. You can tailor your meals, upgrade proteins, and really make it your own. But for most people, EveryPlate is the better all-around value. The meals are simple, satisfying, and much more affordable without feeling like you're giving up anything major. It's a more relaxed experience from start to finish, and the pricing is steady so you know what you're getting each week. That wraps up today's video. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, then please like and subscribe to see more videos just like this. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to give EveryPlate or Home Chef a try, then you can use the links in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything, and sometimes we have special deals which you wouldn't get if you went directly to their website. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.